All right, so we got to talk about it. We recently saw what happened with Draymond and the chokehold.
Man.
Right? It just been a lot of tension around the league. We saw AD in Memphis get into it. Obviously, the Warriors and Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
it seems like we got a lot of podcast Association cast members that's getting into it.
It is, ain't it?
We got what? Clay,
Draymond.
Who was the other one? We said who was the other?
It was AD
the guy that got into it with Clay was McDaniels, who we've done on rated PG.
Hey, what's okay?
There's a lot going on, and I think. I don't think it was the in-season tournament. I don't know. It's just been a heightened.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of
good energy.
Good energy. I think
everybody want that 500. They want that 500.
They definitely do.
But where in the history of basketball, a minute and 30 seconds in the game,
right? 0-0,
and you. What?
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That play was crazy. That play was crazy.
I still don't understand. I seen Clay. I don't know if his hand hit the dude neck when he was boxing him out, or he hit his chest. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I have to watch it.
It looked like all right. So Clay boxing him out, right? But it looked like if I'm doing a scout, I haven't watched a ton of Minnesota games. But like, say in a certain situation, all right, McDaniels is a crash the rim guy, right? Mm-hmm. So it looked like Clay had the approach of like, all right, nah, you're not crashing.
Gotta find a body.
Yeah, find a body. He might have gave him a little shook, so Clay grabbed the little jersey.
That made him boom.
Yeah, like, hold up, you're not crashing on this one. Youngin didn't like it. Get your hands off me.
And then the grab came.
And then that's when you do that, like, hold on, what you doing? You all right? You good?
Right.
You know what I mean? Check the temperature a little bit. Like, you good? You straight? Like,
he almost throwing.
Get your hands off me.
I can't believe no one fell. I was
so happy nobody fell.
The balance on both of their parts, it was like
swinging. Like,
whoa,
but what I don't get after all of that is two people I didn't get right away.
Yeah. Who?
Okay. They doing their thing.
We forgot Cat. Cat is a part of the cast as well.
Cat didn't do a mother. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the
Cat was this. He right next to Draymond where he could have did this to Draymond.
Yeah.
He could have gave Draymond and Draymond back.
Yeah.
He just did this.
I get, all right, so in defense to
He choking your
Draymond.
mans out.
In defense to Draymond in that moment, right? It's if I'm Draymond and I'm watching what's going on, the cardinal rule is like, two players get into it, go check your teammate. Like, go grab your teammate. Don't grab my teammate. Like, what fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Like, don't wrap your arms around my teammate. Right? Say a scuffle dude goes down and dudes start throwing punches and you wrapping me up and I can't defend myself. Like, go calm your teammate out.
See, Draymond seemed like, I don't like you.
That might have been. Hey, I can't speak for
because
another man.
He was under,
and he had to.
It was UFC.
Yeah,
it was about to be a countdown.
He was talking to him, bro.
He was literally like, motherfucker, fuck you, Gobert. I'll beat the motherfucker.
Hey, he was Rudy.
It was all.
Rudy.
It was literally Rudy. It was like
Rudy.
It was like, as tall as he was,
he jollied them, didn't he?
Dude,
he Melvin them.
I tell you, he definitely gonna go down in history as the biggest highlights of altercations in NBA. I don't care. He's going down as the greatest. And
do y'all think the 5-game suspension was?
I love Draymond.
Yeah, I think
my
that's
family,
fair.
but I think it's fair.
It's fair.
I think it's fair because he's at a point in the age now where he needs to stop doing that shit. It's just real. I'm just being honest. Draymond make too much money, and I love him. He got his game. He's a smart man, and he knows at the end of the day what can happen if you do something.
He might have took it too far. But
I just think it's,
again, I understand the action behind it, right? Like he could have grabbed him from the waist. He could have grabbed him, like, bear hugged him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, get your go check your teammate.
Yeah.
So the choke out.
The choke out,
and we got to hear from Rudy. Like, Rudy could have been like, he didn't really choke me that hard. Like, you know what I mean? We could have he just had my neck. Like, we don't know.
It looks
we don't
like
know how the severity of that chokehold.
He was sitting there like just putting his hands up. I guess that's how you get out of like a rear naked chokehold. It's like you're supposed to fall straight down. So I was wondering if he was like actually trying to get out of
what
it,
if he
or
did
he was
have
just
like some UFC shit.
But
I ain't messing with.
now what you think about
bro.
though? Even though we still talking about that, but what about him and Anthony Edwards? That was a funny
I
one
think
too.
the whole thing was
that
a lot of
moment.
pin up, like because they just played each other, and him and Draymond, Anthony Edwards and Draymond had some back and forth, and I kind of like the rivalry that's kind of growing there.
You mad because I fouled you?
Competing.
The hell you gonna do? Man, you mad because I fouled you? What do you say?
Ain't nobody worry about you, bro.
P, but would you say that's like one of the unwritten rules? Like if there's a scuffle or a fight, the teammate you're responsible to go get your teammate?
to go get your teammate. Like don't put your hands on my teammate. Like if it's a scuffle, all right, go grab him. Like don't grab me. You know what I mean? Like that's an unwritten rule. Like and that's what I think that's what Draymond acted on. He saw and I thought it was overreacted a little bit. I didn't think Rudy like grabbed Clay hard enough for that response to be, let me go, grab Rudy back. But when I wasn't in that moment, you know what I mean? I always put myself in people's shoes of why they react a certain way. And in that moment I could see Draymond be like, hey, you ain't gonna like go check your teammate, not mine.
So if you see Reggie Jackson coming over and just has Kawhi in like a chokehold, what do you do?
Get off, bud. Get off, bud.
Did you see what Pat said? I know Pat is so funny, but he was basically just saying he was disappointed in Cat because him and Anthony Edwards were just kind of watching him and just kind of like, and I feel bad for Rudy because he kind of, not only did he get choked out, but now, there's some speculation. What Pat was saying is like, man, look kind of like you don't got your teammates back. Yeah. Like if I'm Rudy now, I'm like, bro, like if you're Rudy and if you're getting choked out and none of your teammates really come over there to help you, like you're gonna be a little.
Like, are these guys riding?
You're gonna be thinking a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But like, let's be honest. Like dudes ain't fighting in the league. Like if anywhere else,
don't say that. Draymond fights.
Anyway,
don't do that.
That wasn't a fight.
We see what he did.
He's down to fight. We know. Draymond is down to fight, but in that situation, like guys aren't fighting on that stage.
Nah, you right.
You know what I mean? In the NBA game, that hasn't happened in a very long time. Where real punches were thrown, probably since
Ron Artest.
No.
Nah, probably since
Kobe.
the CP
Rondo
situation. But even up to that point, guys haven't really been throwing hands like that.
I forgot CP did put his eye all in his face and
do you think they'll have a conversation? Like, is it I wonder what that conversation is, because they're gonna talk about it. Like, what does Cat say to Rudy? Like, bro, I didn't think he was choking you that bad, bro. Yeah. Like what are you? And then, bro, there's paintings of this image now. Yeah. Like, it's going crazy.
It's a monumental moment for sure. It's a monumental moment for sure.
A fool, bro.
Draymond.
I loved it personally. I thought it because he was protecting his teammate. And you know how they, they're a championship.
He's the enforcer. Like Draymond's the enforcer. You going forward. Like, I think we're talking about it from the Timberwolves standpoint, but from the Warriors standpoint. You like, all right, he riding for me.
Got my
like,
back.
Yeah, he's got my back. Like, that's gonna up my aggression.
Clay.
That's gonna up.
Thanks,
yeah,
brother.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna up everybody else's aggression. You know what I mean? Like knowing Draymond is the backbone. He's the enforcer. He's the, he's the protector. Like that's big bro. Like you got a problem with me, big bro. I felt that same way with D West, bro. Like no lie, it made like being a young guy, having an enforcer like that. It made me feel like a bully, like, you know what I mean? Like
it made you feel
it made me feel like a bully. Like now, like I know if I'm not like any confrontation, I'm not the only one that you gotta have a problem with now.
So with that said, when you got a homie that you cool with, he on your team, or maybe the other team, how do the P handle that right there?
It's a thin line. It's a thin line, right?
Tell me, but you remember when you was in Indy.
Yeah.
And your boy got into it.
And Lance was in that situation.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And your boy that you play with now was on that team too. PJ Tuck.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell me what you do, P. How do you handle this type of stuff?
It's case by case. Like, at the end of the day, it's a thin line, right? Because you don't want to sacrifice getting ejected and then now like we just forfeiting a loss. You know what I mean? So it's a thin line like of being smart, but then like toting that line of like, all right, making sure my teammate know I'm a ride for him and I'm gonna have his back at the same time. So I mean, it's a tough situation. Like that's a tough situation. Cat could have very well reacted a different way.
Yep.
Timberwolves, I believe, won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
Cat could have acted a certain way. Now he's thrown out the game as well. Now Timberwolves get smacked that night. You know what I mean? And that was an in-season tournament game. You know what I mean? So like that's a big loss.
I seen Steph Curry he didn't play that game.
Steph didn't play that game, right?
He didn't even play, so that was good.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Last situation, I mean, I think I was in that, scuffle to like, separate the two, make sure I grabbed Lance. We got Lance up out of there. Both sides parted, and we was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah,
but his was after the game.
Yeah, like you was still trying to do something though, P, a little bit. Like you looking. Like I seen you.
I mean, I'm a ride. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Lance and Clay are two different people. Like you know what I mean? Lance kind of like wants that confrontation. Clay is just out there. Clay's not trying to play dirty or do something that's going to provoke a fight or something like that.
Right.
But
and I'm sure Clay's statement would be like, I should have,
man,
I should have been took the bigger road or the higher road.
I messaged him because I wanted to have like, be like a baby Shams or something like that, like a baby Woj and drop a bomb today, but he didn't get back to me. So Clay, thanks for nothing. Look, the NBA season is here and Prize Picks has got you covered when it comes to making some money.
Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app where you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. Prize Picks is really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry less than 60 seconds.
So make sure you guys visit prizepicks.com/podcastp and use our promo code podcastp for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Cha-ching!